Hello guys, welcome to the channel. In today's video, we will talk about the cursor for loops. Cursor for loops are basically the explicit cursors, but the difference is that we need not to declare the explicit cursors in our declaration block while using cursor for loops. These are the for loops that iterates over the result set returned by the SQL query, just like normal explicit cursors. And these also retrieve one record at a time with each iteration of the for loop, but there is some difference between the explicit cursor and the cursor for loop. Basically, while using the cursor for loop, there is no need to declare the explicit cursor in the declaration section. Also, there is no need to explicitly open and close the cursor for loops, and also there is no need to declare the explicitly the variables to hold the record written by the SQL query. So how these benefits are achieved in the code, and let's have a look on that as well. So this is the normal cursor for loop that I have declared. Let's write it again so that I can explain to you each step of the cursor for loops. First we use the for command for normal for loop, and then we declare a variable that will hold the record written by the underlying SQL query. So in this case we will be using the same SQL query that we have used while having a look on the explicit cursor. This is the query. Then we will use the loop and end loop to iterate over the records returned by the SQL query. And inside the loop and end loop, we can write our business logic. In this case, I will be writing the dbms underscore output command as earlier to print the records returned by the SQL query. To access the records returned by the underlying SQL query in the for loop, we use the command I dot column name. That is the variable that we have used to hold the record, this I and then the column name. So it will be like this, I dot column A, and to access the column B it will be just like I dot column B. So this is the complete syntax for using cursor for loops inside the anonymous block. Let's try to run it. It is showing some error. For I in. So this is the complete syntax for using the anonymous block with cursor for loops. Let's try to run it again. It is showing anonymous block completed on script output, and on the console it is printing our values that we have written in the using the dbms underscore output command. So first it is showing column A is 1 and column B is 1. Then for the next iteration it is column A is 2 and column B is 2. In this way the iteration is occurring. Basically we have 4 records in our underlying cursor query. So these are printing 8 times. So this is the basic syntax of cursor for loop, and how it is different from the normal explicit cursors. We can have a comparison here. In this case we are not using the declaration section to declare a explicit cursor, as you can see that I have completely ignored the declaration section here to use the cursor for loop. In this case there is no declaration, but in explicit cursors we have a declaration section in which I declared a cursor explicitly. Now to hold the records returned by the cursor query, we have not used any variable here. In the declaration section we have not declared in the any variable. We are simply accessing the records using the I dot call A and I dot call B. But in case of explicit cursor we have to declare those variables that will be holding the column values returned by the SQL query. And also In the explicit cursor, we are explicitly opening and closing the cursors using the open and close command. But in case of cursor for loop, there is no need to explicitly open and close the cursors. So this is the basic difference between the explicit and cursor for loops. So this is all about the cursor for loops. In the next video we will talk about the other part of the cursor, that is ref cursors.